Welcome to ETHDam, to ETHDam, to ETHDam, to ETHDam, to ETHDam.
All right, next up we have Howard talking about comprehensive security solutions for your digital assets. Thank you very much.
When it comes to cryptocurrencies, it's always a mix of excitement and nerves. In this world, is our currency really protected? For example, when you use insecure Wi-Fi in public places, or when you store your private keys in easily accessible locations. There are also many trading platforms that appear secure, but are full of vulnerabilities. You don't even need to download or click anything. Just one careless mistake.
Game over.
I'm talking about you, your awareness or negligence. Until that day, I met SecuX. It's like a protective umbrella in the digital world. They offer the highest level of protection from military-grade encryption chips, dual protection private keys, biometric authentication, cross-platform, works seamlessly across computers and mobile devices, store safe, pay smart. Excellent user interface, so you can get started easily. SecuX. If you want to crack it, the difficulty is like trying to land on the moon.
Okay, I'm Howard, Managing Director of SecuX Europe GmbH. Today, thank you for inviting me here to make a speech. Actually, today we want to talk about how to secure personal or enterprise the digital asset. So SecuX, everybody have seen this kind of video. SecuX actually is a hardware wallet manufacturer. SecuX is founded in 2018. So actually we are located in Taiwan, which is 90% of the semiconductors manufacturer, which is TSMC, the same city. So that's what everybody knows the semiconductor very important to supply 90% of worldwide semiconductor for your smartphone, for your all the digital for electronic autos. Okay, and this is our founders. And actually today our main focus not just talking about hardware wallet. because right now I think a lot of people they access to the social media. So at this moment you can see currently FIDO 2 is called Fast Identity Online, which is authorized, or this market is growing very, very fast. So if you see the SecuX, actually before everybody get into access your social media or online, you will have to key in the password. And later on, the people will ask you security question, what's your parents' name, or where are you born, and so on. And come out the next day, there are some SMS give you OTP to confirmation, and then you can access. And the other one is you use the phone app to get in. Now the new generation, you use the hardware key, which is like this kind of hardware key. You access the first time you give the kind of just one pin, and you never use the password, and also you never use your username. So that's easy. You just do the first time with the code, and this is encrypted. So the FIDO economics, the flower is from the FIDO. That's a dongle provider, which is like a SecuX. We are the dongle provider. So we are offering some developer API and SDK for a lot of people. They develop their program. They like IAM also integration for SDK. They have a lot of projects. They can also use this kind of assets. A lot of engineers, they can also use this kind of security assets to get into develop their program. And that is a kind of an ecosystem for FIDO Pro. So we are talking about the FIDO key, which is CQS. What we offer right now, this kind of key is a new product, which is for future or secure access. That's what we're talking about, just about. And also for this kind of encryption, what the PUF, actually CQS not only just FIDO 2, we also encrypted in the PUF in the semiconductor, used in the chip to make sure that's much secure. So for industry standard, like the FIDO 2, also we have the U25 certified. Compared to the others, the key, CQS offers kind of key storage. Also, we can have the hard drive, the storage in the key, and also you have the high temper resistance. And also for a lot of the people, this to avoid some chronic risk. Yeah, and of course some phishing. A lot of the people that are online to doing the phishing, we try to avoid this kind of the people have been store their the data, and they get access to your private data. So that's why we also add this kind of feature. And that's what for CQS, this is for Type C, and also we offer some connector to Type A, and can be used for portable user, and use a handy, or use a notebook, or use a desktop. And basically, that's what all those kind of key, you just plug in and press this is a key to confirm. That is all. This is a military degree of security. As I mentioned, for everyone use. Currently, I think before, a lot of people, they go to the crypto assets. So now this kind of FIDO is for everybody use. Well, you have a social media, you have the exchange, or you have a kind of the GitHub for access. You can always use this key as a security. Yeah. So that is a spec of the FIDO, the PUFido key. These are detailed spec. Okay. In addition to FIDO key, SecuX also offer a kind of hardware security module. That is for enterprise. Everybody can see the right side. There are some, for example, this key. For the company, they have the kind of crypto reserve. For example, a lot of, like Donald Trump now, they have a crypto, they want to put the crypto, the Bitcoin as a Federal Reserve. Now, a lot of companies, they also put their crypto reserved in the company. So that's why this is kind of key to access to hardware security module. And you can see the module in the, for small business, middle-sized business, they can give the different of the rule set up. For example, you can give the 3 key. One is for your CEO. The second one is for your CFO. The other one is the COO. When 2 of them, you can define, it's 2 of them, they sign to confirm, and then you can access to make transaction, to make your crypto. For example, like a Bitcoin, you can do transaction to sell or buy, and this kind of authorization. This can be defined in the smart contract. So that's what, if you see the FIDO 2 authorize, not only authorized to get into the system, and they have the front end and back end. The back end can connect to, for example, exchange, like a decentralized exchange or centralized exchange. For example, if you have some Bitcoin to storage in Binance, and you also can put some part in your own hardware security as a custody, and one part you can put in storage in crypto in Binance. So in this way, you can see the dashboard, how many you storage in your hardware security module, and how many you put in a crypto currency exchange. And you always can give your internally organization to authorize the people to do this kind of transaction. Yeah. And for the other one, the example, this is not only just using for crypto asset. You also can be used for RWA, real world asset. For example, a lot of in the future there is stock. You can convert it to a digital asset, or it can be the token, or like a real estate. So if the parents or grandparents, they want to give the inheritance, you can give this kind of key for your kids, or some foundation. For example, you have some foundation or trust foundation, you can give the people who has the authorization, authorized person to access to your asset and can do all those kind of pass to the next generation. So that's this. Finally, this is kind of a simulation for inheritance. Yeah. So to be concluded, SecuX not only offers a hardware wallet as a security for personal user. Also, we offer hardware security module for corporate or small business user, and also for everyone they can access securely use this FIDO key. Yeah, and so that's what, as SecuX is a manufacturer, we always can provide any API or SKD for people to develop, and we have R&D, a strong R&D engineer can cooperate, support for all those kind of any project we can support them to do some modification. Yeah, okay. That is my QR code. So if you want to contact, you can scan the QR code. Yeah. Thank you.
So, in this world, people love to not trust. They don't trust, they verify things, right? Like,
yes.
Someone writes a smart contract, and I'm going to interact with that smart contract, so I go and read it first because I want to see what it's going to do. I think there's a real difficult problem in the hardware world of, and this isn't just specific to you, this is all hardware wallets, of how do I verify that the hardware wallet in front of me isn't compromised, or how do I verify that the implementation is actually good and that the manufacturer is doing what they set out to do? Is that something you're thinking about? Are you making that easier for consumers? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's one. We have a hardware wallet with a bigger display. And then for the consumer, it's very easy. Why is a hardware wallet compared to software wallet is different? Is when, for example, before you do the some transaction, we will ask you, is that correct? And here will show the QR code, and then you can see, and also in the not only the QR code, also the address. They will before you confirm.
No, so I mean, what I want to verify is the hardware wallet itself correctly implemented and not doing anything nefarious?
Like or something like this.
Yeah, like how do I know that? And I'm not suggesting that you are, or any of the other manufacturers are. I guess it's also really what I'm asking is how do I know that that hardware wallet hasn't been tampered with in some way along its production pipeline, so that now it's siphoning off my private keys?
Basically, what we say, we use a security element. This is a military degree for 5++. It's a security element. So that's one. It's a kind of military security. So that's fun. This part is also one part. Not only just this security element, of course, also from the user side, what user how to operate for the system, and also before you sending something wrong, you can double confirm. That's also secure for the users. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else have any questions? Amazing. I think that was our last talk for the day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the last one, I think that